You've been told that sleeping 8 hours is the key to feeling full of energy. But what if I told you that everything you know about rest is a myth? Welcome. What you're about to discover has been practiced by monks for centuries and will allow you to transform not only your nights of sleep, but also your mornings. Something so simple that you'll wonder how you didn't know it before. But be careful, it's not what you expect. By the end of this video, you'll have in your hands the key to getting up fresh, full of energy, no matter how many hours you sleep. If you're ready to unlock the secrets of real rest and transform your life, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. There's a lot more wisdom coming your way. You won't want to miss it. Let's begin. Juan's story. The struggle with endless fatigue. Juan thought his problem was lack of sleep. He tried everything, sleeping more hours, buying the perfect mattress, trying sleep supplements. But nothing worked, and every morning was just as exhausting, as if the hours in bed weren't enough to recharge his energy. Every morning was hell. His alarm would sound, and he'd postpone it again and again. 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, until he finally got up feeling like he hadn't rested at all, without strength to begin his day. Until one day Juan discovered something that changed everything. It wasn't a more advanced alarm clock or a new morning routine. It was something deeper, something that monks have known for centuries. Rest isn't determined by how many hours you sleep, but rather by the quality of your rest. And that quality begins with preparing your mind before going to bed. The real problem isn't physical, it's mental. Juan understood that no matter how many adjustments he made to his environment or how much money he spent improving his sleep conditions, the most comfortable sheets, the most recommended pillows, nothing made the fatigue disappear. Even when he managed to sleep more than 8 hours, the feeling of exhaustion persisted throughout the day. His problem wasn't physical, it was mental. It was during a spiritual retreat that Juan first heard a monk speak about the true root of rest. The monk told him, sleep is not just a biological process, it's a reflection of your mind. If your mind keeps running when you go to bed, how can you expect to rest? That simple phrase changed everything for Juan. He understood that rest doesn't begin when you close your eyes, but when your mind reaches a state of calm before sleeping. The monk's secret. It's not about hours, it's about quality. You've been told that if you don't sleep your precious 8 hours, you'll never be able to feel rested, that you need the perfect mattress, or to disconnect from screens at least an hour before sleeping. But what if all that was only part of the truth? What no one tells you is that the secret to deep rest lies in the peace of your mind. Buddhist monks have perfected the art of resting for centuries. For them, it's not about sleeping more, it's about sleeping better. And it all starts with a calm mind ready to disconnect. You don't need a luxury bed or supplements. What you really need is to learn to free your mind from the day's tensions so your body can enter a state of deep rest. The 3-minute technique, conscious breathing. Monks practice a simple but powerful technique, conscious breathing before sleep. This technique allows them to empty their mind of worries and unnecessary thoughts, allowing their brain to enter a state of deep rest. The best part is that you can do it too, and it will only take you 3 minutes. 3 minutes before sleep can make the difference between a night of tossing in bed and restorative sleep. At first, it might seem difficult to control your breathing, especially if your mind is loaded with worries. However, with practice and consistency, those 3 minutes will become a ritual that both your mind and body will appreciate. Monks have understood that the key is in letting go of control and allowing rest to happen naturally. When your mind is at peace, sleep will come on its own. The water glass metaphor. Imagine that your mind is like a glass full of murky water. Throughout the day, that glass fills up with thoughts, emotions, and stress. If you don't empty that glass before sleeping, the murkiness will persist, affecting the quality of your sleep. Conscious breathing acts like a filter, calming those waters until the glass is clear enough to rest. Quality over quantity. The real truth about sleep. This small change in your routine, dedicating 3 minutes each night to breathing, can have a monumental impact on how you feel when you wake up. You don't need to change everything in your life to start seeing results. Just 3 minutes can be the key to waking up full of energy, ready to face the day. It doesn't matter if you sleep 6 or 8 hours. What really matters is how you arrive at that rest. Monks know this, and that's why they practice conscious breathing every night, because they've understood that real rest doesn't depend on time, it depends on quality, and the quality of rest begins with a mind at peace. A timeless truth, not a modern trend. What we learn today is not a modern secret or a product of wellness marketing. It's a millennial truth, a practice that has endured for centuries in the lives of monks. Sleeping well and waking up with energy. isn't a matter of how many hours you spend in bed, but rather the quality of rest you achieve. The key isn't in the quantity of hours you sleep, but in how you prepare your mind for that rest. Juan's transformation from struggle to serenity. Juan is the living example of this. Before, he depended on his alarm to try to force himself to start the day and needed coffee to survive the first hours, but that's behind him now. Now, each day is a new opportunity to live fully with renewed energy, all thanks to a simple habit of conscious breathing before sleep. The next time you prepare to sleep, remember, the power of a renewed awakening isn't in complicated formulas. It's in your mind. Don't underestimate the simplicity of these 3 minutes of conscious breathing. In that small space of time, you can release the weight of the day, the stress and worries that keep you awake at night. By freeing your mind, the body follows naturally, and what you'll feel when you wake up will be truly incredible. The ripple effect. How better sleep transforms everything. Juan didn't just gain physical energy, he also gained mental and emotional energy. By waking up renewed, he was able to face each day with optimism. The chronic fatigue that once accompanied him vanished, and in its place emerged a vitality that helped him in all aspects of his life. This experience is an example that by adjusting your rest, you can completely change your perception of life. With more energy in the morning, Juan became more productive at work, more motivated to exercise, and even his personal relationships improved. All this was possible thanks to the serenity he had managed to find before sleeping. His calm and peaceful mind created a rested body and a much more balanced life. The key to waking up refreshed. What to do upon awakening. The definitive key to getting up fresh and without fatigue isn't only in what you do before sleeping, it's also crucial what you do right upon awakening. The temptation to check your phone or rush to get up can interrupt that calm. Instead, dedicate a few minutes to stretching gently, breathing, and allowing your body and mind to wake up together harmoniously. By giving your body the time it needs to activate, you set the stage for a day full of energy, focus, and mental clarity. Avoid the common mistake, rushing from sleep to action. One of the most common mistakes is jumping directly from sleep to action. When you wake up, your mind and body are still in a state of transition. Rushing to check your phone, look at emails, or think about pending tasks can create an imbalance between mind and body. That's why dedicating a few minutes to a smooth transition is essential to start the day with clarity and calm. Simple morning movements, the monk's way. In addition to conscious breathing, monks practice simple movements upon waking to activate energy in the body. You can perform light stretches that involve the whole body, lifting your arms toward the sky, gently rotating your neck and back and stretching your legs. These movements aren't intense exercises, they're rather a way to help your body wake up naturally, allowing energy to flow in a balanced way. The mind-body connection, living with purpose. When you manage to connect the tranquility of your mind with the physical awakening of your body, something powerful happens. You're not only eliminating fatigue, but you're also creating an energy flow that allows you to make clearer decisions and act with more purpose during the day. This mind-body connection is something Buddhist monks practice continuously, and it's what allows them to live with calm and fullness, even in the midst of daily activity. One final secret, starting each day with intention. If you've made it this far, it means you're truly committed to transforming not just your nights, but your entire life. So let me share one final secret, a practice so simple, yet so powerful, that it has been quietly used by monks and spiritual masters for centuries to cultivate inner peace and clarity. Every morning, the very moment you wake up, before your mind gets hijacked by stress, notifications, or the endless to-do lists, pause, don't rush, don't reach for your phone, don't dive straight into the chaos. Instead, do this. Take a deep, slow breath. Just like you did before sleeping, feel the air filling your lungs. Let your body awaken with calmness rather than tension. As you exhale, mentally whisper a word of gratitude. Gratitude for this breath, for this new day, for the simple fact that you are alive. Then set a clear intention for your day. It doesn't have to be something huge. It could be as simple as, today I choose to stay calm. Today I will approach challenges with patience. Today I focus on progress, not perfection. This is not just a motivational quote, it's a mental command. You are programming your subconscious mind to carry this energy with you throughout the day. This small ritual acts like an anchor. No matter how hectic the world gets, you'll return to that breath, to that intention, to that inner stillness. And over time, you'll notice something profound. Your mornings become lighter, your focus sharper, and your stress dramatically lower. Try this tomorrow. It takes less than a minute, yet the impact will ripple through your entire day. and eventually through your entire life. The path to true transformation. The calm with which you start the day will be reflected in every action, from your first conscious breath to the final moment before sleep embraces you again, radiating outward like ripples in an infinite ocean, touching every corner of your life, every relationship you hold dear, every dream you've dared to whisper in the darkness, every conversation that shapes your world, every decision that carves your destiny, every moment of silence that speaks volumes about who you're becoming in this grand theater of existence, where you are simultaneously the actor, the director, the audience, and the stage itself. Remember, true transformation begins from within, not merely changing your morning routine, but fundamentally rewriting your entire existence, becoming an architect of reality itself, where the energy you cultivate in those precious moments becomes the foundation upon which your entire life is built. Brick by brick, dream by dream, breath by breath, heartbeat by heartbeat, creating a cathedral of consciousness so magnificent that it becomes a lighthouse for every soul lost in the storms of modern chaos, a sanctuary for every spirit seeking refuge from the relentless demands of a world that has forgotten the sacred art of being still, of being present, of being authentically, unapologetically, magnificently alive. If this profound revelation has given you a new perspective on how to rest better and wake up with boundless energy that flows through your being like molten gold, illuminating every cell, every thought, every intention with the radiance of pure possibility. Don't keep this transformative secret locked away in the vault of your personal experience like a treasure hidden from the world. Share it with someone else who desperately needs it. Your partner who tosses and turns through restless nights, haunted by worries that multiply in the darkness. Your colleague who drags themselves through each day like they're walking through quicksand while carrying the weight of unfulfilled dreams. On their shoulders, your friend who has forgotten what it feels like to wake up truly refreshed and ready to embrace life with open arms and an open heart. Your neighbor who stares at the ceiling at 3 a.m. wondering if this is all there is to existence. Your family member who has accepted exhaustion as their permanent companion. Because when you become a beacon of possibility, a living testament to what's achievable, when human beings remember their inherent power to transform their inner landscape, showing them that there's another way to exist, another way to move through this world with grace and vitality and purpose and joy, your transformation becomes their inspiration, creating waves that touch countless others in a quiet revolution of awakened souls who refuse to accept mediocrity as their birthright, who understand that every human being deserves to experience the profound peace that comes from perfect alignment between mind, body, and spirit, sparking a movement that ripples across communities, across cultures, across continents, awakening humanity to the possibility of living not just as survivors, but as creators, as visionaries, as architects of a new way of being. The rest you seek is not just in your hands. It's in your consciousness, in your willingness to honor the sacred contract between your mind, body, and spirit, in your courage to step away from the hypnotic trance of constant busyness that society has convinced us is the measure of worth, in your wisdom to recognize that true productivity springs not from exhaustion, but from restoration, not from depletion, but from renewal, not from grinding, but from flowing, and it all begins with those 3 sacred minutes of connection and inner peace that become the seed from which your entire transformed life grows. But it doesn't end there, expanding into every aspect of your being like a divine infection of possibility, transforming not just how you sleep, but how you love with deeper compassion and understanding, how you work with inspired creativity and purposeful action, how you dream with unlimited vision and unshakable faith, how you connect with others through the bridge of authentic presence, how you contribute to the magnificent tapestry of human experience with threads of wisdom, kindness, courage, and hope that strengthen the fabric of existence itself. Tomorrow, when you wake up with energy and clarity coursing through your veins like liquid light, illuminating every pathway of possibility that stretches before you like an infinite horizon of potential, you'll understand that the quality of your rest is indeed the secret to a full and balanced life. But more than that, you'll realize that you've unlocked something far more precious than better sleep, something that transcends the physical realm and touches the very essence of what it means to be human, discovering the key to living as your highest self, to showing up in the world as the person you were always meant to be, before the world convinced you to be smaller, before fear taught you to dim your light, before society told you that your dreams were too big, your vision too vast, your heart too open, your spirit too wild, your potential too extraordinary for ordinary life. Your life isn't just about sleeping better. It's about living better with every fiber of your being, vibrating at the frequency of pure possibility, loving deeper with a heart that has been opened by the profound peace of true rest, creating more boldly with a mind that has been cleared by the sacred silence of inner connection, serving more generously with a spirit that has been renewed by the daily practice of honoring your own needs so that you can show up fully for others. Becoming a living example of what's possible when human beings align with their natural rhythms and honor the profound wisdom of rest and renewal that has been encoded in our DNA since the beginning of time, joining a movement of people who understand that true power comes not from grinding harder against the grain of existence, but from resting deeper into the flow of life itself, who know that real success isn't measured by how much you can endure without breaking, but by how fully you can regenerate after every challenge, how completely you can show up for every opportunity, how authentically you can shine your unique light in a world that desperately needs the medicine of your fully expressed being, where every night becomes an opportunity for rebirth, a chance to release the accumulated stress and tension of the day and surrender to the profound healing that happens when we trust the natural cycles of rest and renewal. Every morning becomes a canvas for creation, painted with the vibrant colors of restored energy and crystal-clear intention. Every day becomes a chance to live so fully, so vibrantly, so aligned with your deepest truth and highest purpose, that your very existence becomes a gift to the world, a testament to the incredible transformation that's possible when we remember that we are not machines designed to run without pause, but magnificent beings designed to dance with the rhythms of creation itself, because the transformation you seek is not just possible. It's inevitable, written in the stars, encoded in your DNA, whispered by your soul in the quiet moments when you finally stop long enough to listen, and the moment you commit to those 3 minutes of sacred connection, you set in motion forces that will reshape not only your sleep, not only your days, but the very essence of who you are and who you're becoming in this extraordinary journey of human consciousness, forces that ripple through dimensions of reality you haven't even imagined, touching lives you may never meet, inspiring changes you may never witness, contributing to the collective awakening of humanity, as we remember our true nature as beings of infinite possibility, unlimited potential, and boundless love, ready to write a new chapter in the story of what it means to be human, what it means to be alive, what it means to be awake in a world that is itself awakening to the truth that rest is not the enemy of productivity, but its greatest ally. That peace is not the absence of action, but the foundation from which all meaningful action springs, that in learning to sleep better, we learn to live better, and in learning to live better, we become the change we wish to see in the world. One peaceful night, one energized morning, one transformed life at a time. Your life isn't just about sleeping better, it's about living better, with gratitude, daily dharma,